The menu at Mott Street is inspired by the night cravings. It's comfort food to us. We happen to be Asian and American, so it's those flavor profiles. It's savory, it's spicy, or it's just simple home cooking. So many cultures, so many influences, but with an Asian technique. Mounds of food that you can just pick at, get your hands dirty, get your mouth dirty. What an honor that we get to host just life here at Mott Street for everybody. We're sharing with the world things that we want to eat, things that we want to share with our guests. We work so hard to, get this thing plated this way, get the sauce just right, seasoned just correctly. So there's a lot of passion behind that, and when guests just get it, when they participate with the food, when they order well, when they want to drink well, and they're participating with us, we kind of dance together. And when the food just comes out right, the right pairing, the right dish comes together, and all these details work at the same time, it's magical.
Charles, you say Mott Street can't be beat. Tell us why you chose it.
I'm from New York City originally, and even though I've been here for almost 8 years, I sometimes get really homesick. So when I heard that a restaurant opened up that's named after the most famous street in Chinatown back home, I just thought, oh my God, I've definitely got to be there. I tried it out, and it reminds me so much of that New York Asian style attitude. And even though it's not that traditional Chinatown type restaurant, it's a bit more Tribeca. I really loved the vibe of the place. I loved the wings there. I loved everything about it, and became one of my go-to spots in the neighborhood. It became my little touch of home.
What kind of food are they serving there?
It's really a combination of different cuisines from around Asia. Even though it's Mott Street and it's supposed to be Chinatown, you get some Chinese dishes, but you get a lot of Korean-inspired dishes. The everything wings, for example. Those are made in a very Korean type of style where you bite into it and you just get the steam that comes out, and you get that hard fry that you're used to with a lot of that kind of Korean type of wing.
Yeah, we were all
Big
fighting
flavors.
over those wings there. Like one of those things where you see they're like, it's in the middle. You're all staring at each other like, okay, who's gonna grab this one?
That's why you go by yourself,
Yes.
like I did last night.
The food I thought was absolutely amazing. I loved the kind of fusion of the Korean. The only thing was the bartending aspect of it, which was kind of a little bit interesting because there was 5 of us there, and 2 of us got our drinks. Then 10 minutes later, another 2 people got their drinks, and then we kept on asking for our 5th person to get their drinks. So when the first group finished their drinks, they finally got served their drinks. That was the only negative aspect of the whole entire thing. But we ordered a ton of food, and every single dish was absolutely wonderful. From the Brussels sprouts to the mussels. The mussels were, I love mussels, and I try to get mussels everywhere. It was a nice broth, and it was spicy, and that's a flavor that you really don't get with mussels too often.
We had an 8:45 reservation, and we got there on time, and it was about a 15-minute wait. And then when I went back 15 minutes later, she says, well, it's going to be an hour wait if you want to sit inside because we have a bachelorette party. So I'm like, okay, well, it's 65 out, but we sat outside, and it is the cutest patio in Chicago, hands down, no question. I thought the food was good. It was very reminiscent of dim sum to me. I thought the flavors were very dim sum-like. We had a gailan, which is sauteed Chinese broccoli and oyster sauce. We had the fried rice. We had the shrimp, small plate. It was like a salt and pepper shrimp. And we had charred cauliflower and a bottle of Chacolina wine, which is from Biarritz, Basque region. I thought it was expensive. I thought the small plates, like we couldn't quite get enough.
Like
I'm
that.
just trying to figure out if anyone paid $150 for that ribeye, because that was the one thing that kind of took me back a little
The
bit.
$60 fish blew my mind,
No.
the
Oh.
price.
Yes.
I'm like,
We didn't
so
get
have
it,
you
it was
ever
too
had that
expensive.
$150 ribeye?
I have not had the $150 ribeye. I
prices are
did have the
crazy.
whole fish, and it's enormous. It's a sort of thing that requires probably 3 people
Yeah.
to eat.
I think it's interesting. There's kind of the millennial generation is willing to pay kind of what it is, and that's for the experience of dining out. And it's become a priority, I think, for this generation to dine out and try these different places.
And a lot of people meet other people while they're there, especially in some of the communal tables that they have there. And it becomes part of this overall extended communal
Yeah.
experience.
But I also think they're kind of circling back a little bit with service, about that service is key. I think they could work on their service. You know, telling someone that's a bachelorette party, they're basically saying, well, too bad, so sad.
Yeah.
You know, you guys don't really matter. So
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny. I think in some ways they almost take a bit of pride in how they perform service because it gives it. They try and intentionally do that sort of New York kind of cool, chill attitude with the way they do things. When I can't speak for the entire millennial generation, but my philosophy for service is, as long as you don't punch me in the face or hit on my wife, I'm pretty okay with pretty much anything you bring to me, as long as the food's good.
What crowd is hanging out there?
You're definitely going to get the work apart crowd. So, you know, bring your wooden bow tie, bring your hat, and you'll be in good company. You see a lot of the hipster crowd that goes there. And you see that in the interior of the restaurant as well. It has that very industrial, reclaimed vibe to it.
I wouldn't know we weren't allowed in.
Aye, aye, aye. You can have my wine.
Charles, you chose Mott Street. Sum it up for us.
It reminds me of everything that I love about New York City along a stretch of the most New York-like neighborhood in all of Chicago.
And Gil?
Mott Street has wonderful food. It's a great fusion of Asian. The only thing that I would work on is the service.
Okay. And Lee?
I think it's great for vegans. I think it's great for vegetarians. Cute patio, pricey.
You can try the wings and more at Mott Street, 1401 North Ashland Avenue, 773-687-9977. Open for dinner Tuesday through Saturday and brunch on Sundays. Reservations are accepted, and the average tab per person without drinks is $35.